Hello friends, Jai Shri Ram. You must have heard about Atul Subhash murder. It should be called murder, but it is being called as suicide at the hands of his wife, his in-laws, and the so-called corrupt, alleged corrupt. I cannot even call her corrupt because she is a judge. So I should be saying allegedly corrupt judge. Let us first discuss about this case, and after that let us try to analyze what can be done to improve the situation, because definitely the situation is bad. The entire country is discussing about this case today, and so normally I don't make this kind of political statement kind of videos, but I have to do it because this is a huge matter and someone needs to talk about what should be done. People are talking about a lot of things, men versus women, this, that, but we should actually speak about how the rules should be amended. What is wrong with the existing rules? And that is what I'm going to focus my video upon. So let us first get started with this case. It is Atul Subhash versus Nikita Singhania case. Atul Subhash was an IT professional working in an AI company. He used to work in Bangalore. His wife was originally from UP. The problem with Indian law is that whenever there is a divorce dispute, usually the lady, the bride, lodges the case in her matrimonial town and she stays with her parents at that time. Okay, so this guy has to go for every court date from Bangalore to UP. How often are these court dates? Normally it is 15 days apart or 1 month apart. I will give you an idea. In 2 to 3 years, there were 120 court hearings. 120. And still the court could not decide upon the matter. But I cannot say that the court is incompetent, because unfortunately in India, you cannot say anything wrong about any court. Contempt of court, this thing is misused more than any law ever made. So I cannot say that the court was incompetent. I cannot say that the court was corrupt. I cannot say that the court was doing it on purpose to harass this gentleman. But what I can say is, Atul Subhash is no more. He wrote a 24 pages suicide letter detailing every fact. He also made 1 hour 20 minutes long video explaining why he is going to commit suicide. And then finally he took his life. Let us get into the alumni part, maintenance part. So this case was going on since 2 to 3 years. The couple had a baby boy, and that boy was taken away by the lady, and that is completely legal in India. There are two parents, male parent and female parent. But when it comes to the custody of the child, it is almost 100% times seen that the custody of the child is always with the lady. Why is that the case? I still don't understand. Both parents love children equally, but the custody is always taken by the female. Custody is won by the female. If both of them want the baby, then it is often seen that the custody is given to the lady. Here also, here even the custody thing was not even decided, but she just took away the baby, went to UP. And this man cannot do anything about it. He cannot say that she stole away my baby or our baby. He cannot do that. Unfortunately, this is how the law is. You can't do that. After going there, she says, "Oh, I cannot take care of the baby. Well, I I took the baby away from you, but I cannot take care of this baby. So why don't you give me money to take care of our baby? But you cannot have the baby because I have the right to keep the baby. Got the idea? So she'll keep the custody, but she'll ask the man to fund raising up the baby. Okay, how much is the fund? She says, see, first of all, I am living away from you and I have to maintain the same amount of standard of living which I enjoyed with you. And for that, I require 40,000 rupees per month. And the court said yes to this. I mean, this was even allocated. Although, before even the first month maintenance was to be given, Atul committed suicide. 40,000 per month. ठीक है. Is that all? No. See, there is no limit to greed. There can be limit to your need, but there cannot be limit to your greed. So this lady said, I need 2 to 3 lakh rupees extra per month because I am raising your child. I don't understand what this kid was eating. Was he eating gold? Why would a kid require 2 to 3 lakh rupees per month for being raised? Isn't this scamming somebody, And this is happening in the court of law. And unfortunately, in India at least, the law is completely tilted in favor of women. So finally, all these things led to frustration. Atul took his life. So that was the whole story about this case. After this, what happened? After he committed suicide, and the way in which he made that 1 hour 20 minutes video and 24 pages suicide note, then it became viral. It was trending on number 1, justice for Atul. Just like we had justice for Sushant Singh Rajput. Just like that, this name trended, at least for a day. I don't think this is going to last beyond a day or two. Because I'll come to the reason also, but the main reason is we in India believe that अगर कोई वंचित, शोषित, पीड़ित हो सकता है तो वो एक ही जेंडर हो सकता है, and that is female gender. We fail to understand that any gender can be the victim. We always assume that the victim is always the lady and the man is always the perpetrator. All men are, I don't want to use a bad word, but you know what people say. People refer to my gender with a bad word. सब मर्द dash होते हैं. You must have heard it too. But the same cannot be said about the female gender or any other gender. Isn't this gender discrimination? Court, police, and even society, they believe right in the beginning that if a woman is saying that something bad has happened to her, she must be right. And if a male is saying that something bad has happened to her, मर्दों के साथ थोड़ी होता है, चूड़ियां पहन ले. How are you a male if that is happening to you? It's not possible. There is a lot of gender discrimination in India. And unfortunately, some of this gender discrimination is legal. And I am at odds with this, that how can gender discrimination be made legal? I will tell you how gender discrimination is legal in India. If a woman goes to a police station, or she doesn't even need to go to the police station, she just needs to dial 100 number, emergency number. Then the CPR person will pick the call and they'll say that, okay, emergency, Shambhar emergency, do you want police help or do you want ambulance? She just has to say police, that's it. Or she has to, sometimes IVR is there, so she has to what is it called? I don't know, the numbers that you have to key in. So she has to put dial 1 for police. Okay. After that, her location is tracked automatically. Okay, because when you dial 100 number, it goes to the control station of the surrounding area, and they know where you are. They are already tracking. The control station itself is tracking where your position is. They can even tell your address. Okay, they will only confirm that, madam, you are it seems that this is your location. Do you want us to send a police van over there? She just has to say yes. That's it. Okay, then what happens? Then that control station calls the police station which comes in the same region. See, if you're a male, or in general, if your wallet falls away, if you have to register a complaint, it is very difficult to find out which police station is in your area, because they keep saying, oh, you live on the other side of the road, oh, that other police station has that jurisdiction, we are not having that jurisdiction. They'll give you all kind of reasons. But here, the control station wala will determine which is your nearest police station. It will call that police station. It will ask that police person to call you and to make them available to the girl. That is how it is done. Now, you can also try and do it. If you are a male, try doing the same thing, dial 100 number and see whether police comes or not. I won't comment on it, because I cannot comment on it, because unfortunately, sometimes I feel, I feel so frustrated on the camera, I cannot talk out my heart, because I don't want to get into legal troubles. But I can at least say that try it out. If you're a male, try doing exactly the same thing, and do you get exactly the same treatment? Second thing I'll tell you, whenever a dispute about a man and a woman goes in front of the police, and if the woman says that the man has mishandled me, now mishandling is a vague term, mishandled means anything. I mean, maybe dhakka de diya, that could be mishandling, maybe anything, She just has to say that he touched me and it invoked शायनेस into me. मला याने स्पर्श केला आणि मला लज्जा उत्पन्न झाली. That's all that she needs to say. This guy will immediately put behind the bars. I know it is illegal. It should not happen like that. But still, police walas do that. You cannot do that. See, some constables will come, push you in. You cannot do much about it. They'll put you in the lockup for some time, and then they'll say, okay, then if you want to come out, speak to your wife, or speak to your girlfriend, speak to that lady, fix everything up. This entire process is absolutely illegal. You cannot put somebody in the jail until and unless the person is proven guilty in front of court of law. So this is how police treats males. So police treats us in an unjust way. Now, let's come to the court. Let us say that the police did not treat you well, or you could do something about it, and you are not jailed if you are fortunate. Then what happens? The matter goes to the court. In the court, there are two laws. Unfortunately, there are two laws in India. One is 498A, which is very rampantly misused, and there is another law which is domestic violence. That is also very rampantly misused. So 498A means if you get caught into that law, means it's very easy to get somebody caught into that law. If the woman just decides to lie, that is more than sufficient. You just have to go as per the advice of the lawyer, and it is very easy to catch somebody in 498, especially when you are living under the same roof with the person. It's very easy to get somebody caught in 498A. Any lawyer will tell you this. Domestic violence, on the other hand, might have to be proven. 498A, see, many a times people are arrested, and then they have to prove that they did not do anything wrong. 498A is a very, very bad law. Okay, I don't know how it happened. Now, I don't want to use unparliamentary words for our honorable, politicians, but they should have thought it out a little more. That is the least I can say. Okay, so these two are the laws. Of course, they are misused. Now, how are the court proceedings done? Okay, so laws are bad, politicians are biased. Both these laws are completely gender biased. They are completely in favor of the woman. Okay. Government, okay, so parliament is in favor of women. Okay, I told you police is in favor of women, parliament is in favor. Now let me come to court. How does the court treat this? Now, when allegations are put by a female, court by default accepts it. She doesn't have to prove that whatever she is saying is right or wrong. By default, they are accepted, especially if it is about cruelty, especially if she says that, if it is about dowry. If she just says that dowry was demanded, but that's it. She doesn't have to prove. She doesn't have to say that, okay, tell me the WhatsApp message where, show me the WhatsApp message where dowry was demanded, show me any audio clip, nothing. She just has to say it. That is about dowry. Then physical violence. Physical violence, at least, you will have to say that, okay, or men have at least sometimes, if they are fortunate, the court may ask the lady that, okay, prove it, or, show your scars, what has happened to you. But then comes emotional violence. That is called as, what do they call them? The lawyers call it, emotional violence, something that they call it. It's some harassment, some atrocity, they call it something. There is no way of proving it. Husband hurt the emotions of the woman. How can this be proven? And how can this be proven that no, the emotions were not hurt, or the degree to which the emotions were hurt? It cannot be proven. Whatever the lady says is by default accepted as the truth. So the court is also in favor of the women. So police is in favor of women, court is in favor of women, parliament is in favor of the women. Okay. Is the government in favor of women also? I feel yes. Because there is reservation given to women. So that is positive discrimination done by the government. Okay. So government is also in favor of women. Government has laws like, okay, there should be reserved seats for women. Every workplace should have at least 33% seats reserved for women, especially in public sector. Even in the parliament now, 30% or 33% of the seats are reserved for the women. So this is discrimination, but they call it as positive discrimination. They say that women are already, the victims, and, to uplift the women and bring them to the level of the men, we have to do this kind of a discrimination. Okay. Although our constitution says that government should not differentiate between people, citizens, based on their community or based on their gender or based on anything else. But still, you have caste-based reservations also, and you have gender-based reservations also. And these are considered as positive aspects. I fail to understand why. Why can't you have reservation based on economic standards? Or do you imagine right from the beginning that women are weak only? They need reservation, otherwise they cannot survive. Why do you have rules in which women don't have to prove anything? Why do you always think that a woman is always a victim? Isn't this gender biased? And isn't this an insult to the feminine gender? Does the government, does the judiciary, does the parliament believe that one gender is always a victim because that gender is lesser of a gender, it's the weaker of a gender? Do you believe so? If not, then why are you having gender biased rules? Why are you having gender biased treatment everywhere? Why don't you have equal vanilla rules for everybody? Why do you want to color code them? Okay, these are only in favor of Muslims. These are only in favor of... Why do you have a Muslim ministry? Why do you have reservation only for women? Why? Why all this positive discrimination? Why don't you have simple rules and equal treatment to everyone? How can you have a rule in which, whatever woman says, it is to be believed? How can you make a rule like that? And how can we as citizens let this happen? That's also a huge question. We don't even talk about it. It's a very uncomfortable topic. Even for me to make this video, I was feeling that it's an uncomfortable topic. Because unfortunately it is. It is very difficult to speak on this topic. But we have to talk about this topic here, at least bring out a conversation. I'm proud of you for, trending this justice for Atul. Very good. It trended for a day. But what beyond that? What is the solution? Atul might get justice also. Chalo, koi baat nahi. I see. Abhi kya justice yaar? He has lost his life. What else is left now? अब क्या जस्टिस है? ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या है वो that court lady, whatever, judge has to be brought to justice. The in-laws and his wife has to be brought to justice. I don't know what happens. And then people are saying that she was even working with Accenture. So if she is working in a big IT company like Accenture, why does she need an alimony? Doesn't the government believe that no, even if you are earning equal, then also alimony should be given to women only? Why? Why is that the case? Why is it generally believed in our society that women are always victims? Even if there is a street quarrel between a man and a woman, people will always have sympathy towards the woman. She just has to say कि इसने मेरे को छेड़ा, बस that's it. She doesn't have to prove anything. Oh, इसने मेरे को मारा. She doesn't have to prove कि किधर मारा, कुछ लगा हुआ है क्या, दिखाओ. Nothing. People will still beat the shit out of this guy. And if he is fortunate, police will catch him and save his life. Otherwise, street justice means street justice. He'll be beaten sometimes fatally. He'll be beaten very brutally. He'll end up in the hospital. And all this just out of an allegation. You didn't even prove, you didn't even ask for a proof. She didn't prove, you didn't ask for a proof. Street justice. If he survives from that, then the police is there. If he survives police, then court is there. So that's why Atul said that this entire system is harassing me and people like me, and this entire system is being run on my tax money. Why should I allow this to happen? Why don't I end my life? That's what he said, and he ended his life. Now, let's come to solutions. So, I analyze first the case, then what all factors are contributing to it. Now, let us come to what we can do to avoid such situation in the future or to make situation better. Well, I personally feel, first of all, the government is what we are as citizens. We think that women are victims, so government also thinks that women are victims. Whatever government is there, that is basically made up of MPs of the ruling party, right? So, first of all, we should change our outlook, so good politicians will come into the parliament. Okay, so they will be doing good governance also. And they will also be enacting good laws, and those good laws will be interpreted by the court. So court has to just interpret the law and provide justice. Court does not have much in their hand. Whatever laws are made by the politicians, Court has to just follow those laws, interpret those laws, and try to analyze that within this case, how does it apply? That's it. So if the laws get corrected, then automatically the treatment of justice system will also improve. Treatment of court will also improve. So laws have to be changed. ब्रह्मनाड पकडा तुम्ही की बेसिकली चेंज काय करायचं आहे की laws have to be gender neutral. Okay. Now for making laws gender neutral, what should we do? We should have those people in the parliament who are not gender biased, who think gender neutrally. Okay. For this, what should we do? These people come from us. Okay, common people. So first of all, try to change yourself a bit. You know, when there is a quarrel between a boy and a girl, and it applies to me also, I also used to be or am, probably, I don't know, I also feel that whenever there's a quarrel between a girl and a boy, I usually look at the woman as the victim. And I would definitely comment upon the tone of the male, but I would not say that, okay, you see, if the woman is also using a bad tone, I would say, oh my God, she has gone through a lot. Oh my God, I would think that way, but I won't say that she is harassing that person or she is trying to overpower that person. But if a male raises his voice, then I'll definitely think, Yare, kya hai? How can you do this to a lady? So first of all, change this psychology. Think gender neutral. Okay? Think based on fact. Or for a moment, imagine yourself to be an AI. Okay, imagine yourself to be a machine. How will a machine judge that situation? Probably they'll do a better job than us because they don't have prejudice. They don't have a prejudice that women are always weak, women will always be victim. No. Probably an AI will think neutrally. So you also think neutrally. Try to imagine yourself to be an AI. Think about it. Right? So this is the first thing we can do. That change our outlook. If our outlook changes, automatically we will start talking about it. Automatically the people getting elected will also have the similar outlook, or at least they'll be aware that, you know, the people at large are thinking this way, so I cannot go beyond their line of thought. So that is what will happen. Second thing that we can do is, if you have a platform like YouTube, talk about it. Just talk about it. Yeah. I know whenever I make such kind of social videos, I risk losing subscribers. Many subscribers, I don't know why, but whenever I make a good video about a good topic, I lose subscribers. Especially recently, when I made lives, road trip lives, and if I said something political, I lost 3 subscribers recently. Okay, let me just talk about that video. Not all the videos in the past, but at least that video, I clearly saw that, you know, just due to one live, and I was critical of somebody, I lost 3 subscribers, man. So, but still, take that risk and talk about this topic. Again, this topic, I don't know how many subscribers I'm going to lose, but I need to talk about it. There should be gender equality. You cannot have gender biased laws. You cannot have gender biased psychology of people. You have to come out of it. And see, finally, I'll also give you a forecast what will happen in the future. See, in India, earlier, there were no divorces. Okay. Now the rate of divorces has increased. Why? Because you make that divorce so lucrative for the females. Some females, I'm not saying all of them, but some females have come to look at their husbands like ATM cards. And if they cannot extract enough money during marriage, they'll extract 10 times that money by filing a divorce case. They'll remarry, they'll once again divorce. They can keep doing this. I'm not saying that they don't undergo the pain of divorce. They do go the pain of divorce, but the pain which a male suffers through is way more than the pain that you can imagine. If you haven't been in that situation, then you cannot imagine about that pain. So This is what is happening. So let me tell you the forecast. So divorce rates are increasing because for one complete gender you are making it very lucrative. Second thing, you will see, statistics will also tell you that the amount of live-in relationships are increasing. People are afraid of getting married, especially the other gender, that means the males are now afraid of getting married itself, because there is so much of legal complications that come along with it. So live-in, so which relation could have transformed into a beautiful marriage just due to your laws and the way society looks at a male and a female relationship? Just due to that, the number of live-in relationships are increasing. That relation did not become a marriage, a beautiful relationship like marriage, and it only stopped at the level of live-in. Okay, at least in living there is a little amount of commitment, that you live under the same roof for a significant amount of time. I will forecast something for you. See, live-in rules, the same kind of laws, especially DV Act. If you see DV Act 2005, this means Domestic Violence Act. It came in 2005, by the way. So this act applies to marriage as well as live-in relationship. Okay, so now she can say that, oh, you committed violence on me, even if she is in a live-in relationship. She just has to call the number. I've told you the whole thing. She just have to call 100 number. Oh, police wala uncle, dekho, he hit me, he did this, that. That's it. Now that can very easily be done even in a live-in relationship. So now I'll tell you the forecast. Now people first move towards live-in to save themselves from this divorce, from all these legal matters, from this police and court kacheri. Now they will probably move away from live-in also. They will probably just have a friendship. Don't live under the same roof with me. You tell me, if a man and a woman, if they don't even stay together, I mean permanently at least, is that even a full-fledged relationship? Is it emotionally complete? Is it physically complete? And is this how we want our society to be? Both the genders require each other. They need each other's presence. But if one gender is always afraid of the other gender, that what legal action she'll take, how can there be a relationship? The makers of law should think about it. And for them to think about it, first you should think about it. Try to get this point across to other people as well. Try, at least speak to your family members about this. Have a dinner discussion about this. Talk about this, please. It needs our attention and it needs us to speak about. This discussion should happen within families. I'm not saying, okay, go in your society, shout on the mic. No, I don't want that. At least within your society, within your family, on your dinner table, or if you're living alone, if you're on a hostel, then call your parents today. Ask them what is their opinion about it, what should be done. Speak about it. I'm not saying come to a conclusion. I'm just saying speak about it. We need to speak about it. I'm not here to pass any judgment. I'm not here to say that, the women are always bad or men are always bad. Nothing. I'm just saying it should be neutral, yaar. It should be legit, Justice should be justice, and it should feel like justice. This whole court proceeding itself is the torture. But this has to change. So please talk about it. At least in your friends and family, talk about it. And if you don't find any other place to talk in the comment section. Comment section is open. I'll respond to the first 100 comments. Okay? Feel welcome to discuss here. Let it be a to and fro discussion. In the comment section, You give a comment, I'll respond on it, that what are my views about it. Okay, so that's it. Let there be justice for Atul, and Om Shanti. Thank you so much for seeing the video till the end. It does mean a lot to me. Could you also please see the video description? It has index, link to the study material, and also if I've shown any products in this video, then the purchase links to those products. The comment section is open for your suggestions and also for your doubts. I always answer to the first 100 comments on every single video. If you want to support my work, here's my QR code, or my UPI ID is amit.shirasao@UPI. Until next time, this is Amit signing off. Jai Shri Ram.